It is the We Are You Morning Crew, making it do what it do, ladies and gentlemen, discussing the sizzling subjects and the trending topics, maybe even topics that you're already talking about in your home, on your job, in your car, and maybe on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get into this. Lioness is here with me this morning, and child, Lioness, girl, we going to have to, girl. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
George?
if we can get the attention of the unseasoned chicken section, because I know this is where this mess came from. Now, apparently, there was a tweet that went out from an account by the name of the Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance, the TCMA. And the tweet read thusly: Aretha Franklin's 1968 song, Natural Woman, perpetuates multiple harmful anti-trans stereotypes. There is no such thing as a natural woman. This song has helped inspire acts of harm against transgender women. TCMA is requesting it is removed from Spotify and Apple Music. Now, that tweet went out on the 20th, I believe, of this month. January the 20th is when it went out. Now, the TCMA has now gone and flip-flopped several times between who they are and who they are not. Now, they are based in Norway. They're an organization, the Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance. They assert now that they are a parody account. But on further investigation, ladies and gentlemen, there was an exchange between David Storm and the TCMA Twitter account, where David Storm directly asked, I need to know, are you a parody account? TCMA responds in that tweet thread, most certainly not. Now, many accounts called out TCMA for their hand in spreading false information and making satire and causing unnecessary drama. We're going to get into that. Now, here is another person that says, good point, but how can this even be perceived as satire when all of the issues that have been debated daily, unnecessary drama on this page on the backs of our great Black women icons? Prior to TCMA announcing it was a parody account, many believed the tweet was real and called out the baseless thing. It was not presented as a parody. The account did not present itself as a parody. Now, if you go to the account, it says that it is. So it's really confusing in that area. So let's say, ladies and gentlemen, let's go with the prior identification of the TCMA, which was not a parody account. There was a firestorm. Every outlet, every entertainment outlet was carrying the story as if it was based in fact and not fiction, as the TCMA later purported. Then you had other people from the community like, oh, y'all going too far. It's too much. It's just going on. So if you are an organization that is thinking about moving the needle forward in the efforts of diversity and inclusion, to put out harmful misinformation on the backs of those people that you are pretending to protect and include now endangers them and then puts that, stereotype that we're doing too much, that we're too woke, and all this stuff on the back of trans. You have in fact put people in harm's way, either physically and or emotionally. And so I'm having a problem with that. Lioness, weigh in on this one.
I believe that this is a troll account. I believe that there is a concerted effort from people that are intentionally trying to conflate the conversation around trans. What a better way than to get everybody riled up because anyone on Twitter now could just set up an account and get the blue check and pay for it, right? So what a better way to legitimize yourself by setting up an account, make it look official, use all the trans paraphernalia, and then say things that you know are going to be incendiary, doing the proverbial Molotov cocktail in the internet. Throwing it in and saying Aretha Franklin's Natural Woman is offensive to trans women when every trans woman here has been to a drag show where that was played.
Okay.
Natural Woman is our number. Matter of fact, for most trans women, we find that song actually affirming. And so I find it interesting because it says you make me feel like a natural woman. For many trans women, we know that feeling. And so what's really problematic in this moment is that a lot of organizations that are being run by people whose goal it is to disrupt are being taken seriously because the population is angry with us. The media has played a number on their minds for so long now. They think that we are insane people that are trying to ruin everything that is good and joy in the world because the media keeps putting that forward. And I blame the media for always running to jump to put forward the worst about us when they could have called 12 other organizations and got confirmation that wasn't true. One organization does not speak for us, and y'all got to stop quoting one organization as saying trans people don't like Aretha. That's stupid to me. And y'all are better journalists than that, but you don't want to be. You want to perpetuate that we as a community are crazy.
Exactly. That was exactly my thought. Because when I heard the song, and I'm not a transgender person myself, but I am an ally. So when I hear the lyrics of the song, just as you so eloquently, twin, we just anyway. when I was listening to, I said, well, isn't it fact that most transgender women feel like natural women on the inside, so they become women? And I'm not trying to, conflate the word woman. Just
no shade.
Yeah, and so I'm like, wouldn't that be the actual anthem for transgender women? Make it make sense to me. And that was my question. Yeah, girl.
But for some unseasoned chicken breasts in Norway, or no, maybe not. But here's the tea: is we don't even know if that place is actually in Norway. The gag of it is it's a parody account. This is probably some right-wing person putting this out there. And they knew they were going to get caught because once the girls got a hold of it, we was going to really read their ass. So then they said, okay, no, we're a parody. Before I get outed by the rest of the community, we're a parody.
Yeah.
This will happen again because they know how easy it is and how gullible the media is. They going to run with it.
And how many?
All you got to do is say, put up a trans flag, say I'm a trans org, and say some hateful stuff. And they want to believe that we're those kind of people, so they're willing to report it. Every news report that actually reported that and didn't verify, because here's the tea. One organization can't speak for us, even if they were real. Even if that was a real organization, they cannot speak for a whole community. So the fact that you didn't think to go verify with everybody before you say this is how trans people feel is the problem for me.
Exactly. And here's the other thing. Now that people have seen how explosive this became, there are going to be copycats. Oh, there are going to be multiple copycats. There's going to be a Black Lives Matter copycat. I'm not going to say like Black Lives Matter, but some copycat of such.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's going to be a whole thing. And Elon is sitting back like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted the whole time. Mm-hmm. And there's no responsibility. There's no accountability. And it's a free-for-all.
And in old Twitter, that account could be taken down for dispelling misinformation. Mm-hmm. In new Twitter, this is not the world we live in now. So you cannot trust, and this is stupid for news articles to still be trusting Twitter as if Twitter is a legitimate place to get verified news articles. You can break news on Twitter, but you got to verify that elsewhere. And that would have been an easy verification to see that was satire for NBC and all these organizations that was putting it out there. That would have been an easy way to look back and do satire Fox News. Y'all could have looked and researched, but you didn't because you want us to be crazy and you want to put forward your agenda, but we're not going. And I'm glad you brought this up today, George, so we can dispel this myth. For our listeners, ain't nobody got a problem with Aretha.
This is George, the Lioness, on the We Are You Morning Crew. And sometimes I feel like a natural woman, goddammit. Good morning.
The We Are You Morning Crew. Download the We Are You Radio app.
Turn it up loud.
Use the shout-out feature to talk directly to your favorite station. Louder. It's available in your app store. Search WERU Radio, one word, today.